Hannah. I'm a nutritionist and a yoga teacher, and I'm based in Kent. My company is called The Nourish Body, and I'm here in my home studio based in Kings Hill. I teach yoga currently on a Monday in Maidstone, and soon added another 2 classes on a Tuesday in Tunbridge. So I'd really love for you to come along and have a taste of what yoga's all about. So for me, nutrition and yoga go hand in hand. If you're looking after your body from the inside, you definitely want to be looking after it from the outside as well, so you need to have some daily movement. It suits me particularly because I suffered with a form of fatigue where any exercise that worked me too hard would leave me exhausted afterwards, so yoga was a perfect remedy. So it really is good for everyone, but particularly those who are suffering from stress or anxiety or fatigue, it would be really good for you. Also, if you exercise a lot, so maybe you do a lot of running or cycling, or you exercise hard, but you actually need that balance to be able to learn how to calm down sometimes or lengthen those muscles that perhaps you're not stretching enough. Or if you're new to exercise, you don't exercise very much, or you're coming back to exercise after an injury, then yoga is really gentle and it connects the body and the mind. It teaches you how to do that. You have the time to do that in a yoga class. So you start to listen to your body. You're not pushing yourself. No pain, no gain. It's the complete opposite of that. You're doing what's nourishing and what's good for your body. So I'd love to give you an introduction to what I'm going to teach. I've made 2 videos. So this is the general level video, and don't just watch the video. Why don't you grab a yoga mat and come and join me now. If you haven't got a yoga mat, then maybe you've probably got some carpet somewhere in your house. You won't even need a yoga mat. So I'm just going to move to the side and show you what I've got ready here. This is, I've got 4 blocks here. And if you haven't got blocks, you could just get some bricks. Sorry, not bricks, some books. I'm sure you've got some big books in your house. And we're going to put them down, and you can put a blanket or a towel on top to make yourself a platform. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with that now. So I'm going to come seated on the platform. I'm going to cross my legs. And if you can't cross your legs and sit on the floor or on a platform, just sit on a chair. That's absolutely fine. It's about being comfortable at this point. So I've come cross-legged. And I'm aiming, I know you can't quite see my front knee there, but I'm filming this myself. So my knees, I'm aiming for my knees to be lower than my hips. Why is that? I'm going to move to the side to show you. If my knees were really high, then my back would be curved and my pelvis, which should be flat, would be tilting back. So because the pelvis would be tilting back, I'd have that curve in my back, my knees would be high, and it wouldn't be a very good posture. This is how we sit all day. If you're driving, sitting at a desk, perhaps watching TV and slouching on a sofa, maybe cycling, playing golf, a lot of activities, we're always hunched forward, particularly using a phone or a computer. So we're trying to do the opposite to that while we're at yoga. So if I come onto these blocks, it means I can drop my knees lower than my hips, and I can either sit up straight, or even better, if you can concave the top part of the back, meaning you're very open across the chest, across the shoulders, and you're opening the heart as well. So come into this cross-leg position. I'm going to turn my palms up, and all I'm going to do to start is I'm going to close my eyes, and I welcome you to come and do the same with me. I'm just noticing how my body feels. How does your body feel? Just do a quick scan from the top of your head, down your spine, including your shoulders, front of your body, back of your body. How's your hips, the pelvis, the legs? And now we often breathe into the top part of our chest, so we do quite shallow breathing. And what I want to encourage you to do is take the breath now to the belly area. So in all of my yoga classes, I start with breath work, and I'm not going to teach you a complicated breath work now. I just want to show you something very simple to start tuning into your body and to start slowing down the mind, so you're not focusing on your to-do list or what you've got to do after this, or if you come to my class, what you've got to do after class. We're simply slowing down and connecting with the body. Okay, so I'm going to take one hand to my belly, just rolling my shoulders back and down, making sure I've got that good posture. I'm going to take a deep breath in. And as I take that breath in, I want my belly to fall into my hands and out. Okay, so general level class, I'm just going to show you a few rounds of sun salutations. Now, sun salutations are a really good cardiovascular workout. It works the whole body. It brings like a vital life force to the body. And it works on the mobility of all areas of the body. We work on flexibility and strength. So I love to bring this into most classes. And I'll try to give you a few options as we go along. So, join in with me.
So bring the hands together at the chest, prayer position, feet together. Take the arms up to the ceiling, look up towards the arms, then bend the knees and bring the hands all the way down to the mat. The chest needs to be on the thighs, so bend the knees as much as you need to here. Relax the back of the head over and then take a big step back with the right leg, bringing the right knee down to the floor. Be on top of your fingertips here, looking forwards, and then step both feet together and come to plank, or take your knees down at this point if you need to. Lower the body down towards the floor. And just while we're warming up, this first time, let's interlock our fingers behind our back, pushing the arms towards the back wall and lifting the chest and the shoulders and the head off of the mat. Good, then release here, put the hands back in line with the chest, push back to downward facing dog. This is your first one, so you may want to push through the legs like you're pedaling on a bike. Start to warm up those calf muscles, bending the knees to bring length to the spine. And then if you're ready, you can straighten the legs or keep a micro bend in the knees. You either need to bring your left knee down here so you can step through into a deep lunge. Or if you're able to, straight from downward facing dog, you may just be able to swing the leg straight round or swoop it straight through into a deep lunge. Bringing the left knee down, then stepping the feet together. And again, relax the back of the head over, bending the knees, swinging the arms back all the way up towards the ceiling, looking up towards the ceiling, and come back to prayer. Just start to loosen the body up. You may need to roll the shoulders a few times. I'm just moving from side to side here to get the body moving. So that was half a round. Let's go on the other side. Back to prayer, arms all the way to the ceiling. Bending the knees, bring the arms forward. Back of the hands in line with back of the knees. And big step back with the left foot this time, bringing the left knee to the ground. So we're pushing back to plank one more time. And remember, you can bring the knees down to the floor here if you need to. Then lower the body down towards the floor, heads on the ceiling. And again, interlock those fingers and roll the shoulders back. Lift the head and the chest off of the mat. Pushing back either onto all fours or straight to downward facing dog. And here, and just pressing through the heels again to carry on waking up those calf muscles. I'm lifting the hips towards the ceiling. Dropping the right knee and then stepping through with the left leg. Or remember, if you're able to, from downward facing dog, you can step straight through. Just saying here that you need to make sure that you can always see your toes in front of your knee when you're in a lunge position. Swinging the arms back all the way up to the ceiling and then coming back to prayer. Well done. So that's one round of sun salutations. Gone through that quite quickly, and we do it a lot slower in class. If you're ready, let's go again. Hands to prayer, breathing in and looking up. Bending the knees, breathing out, coming all the way down. Chest close to the thighs, breathing in, step back into a lunge with the right leg. Retain the breath and come into plank. Then push all the way down to the ground. Breathing out. Breathing in, leaving your hands where they are, push up to cobra. Breathing out, push into downward facing dog. Big step forward, breathing in, into lunge. Stepping the feet together, breathing out. Breathing in, swing the arms back all the way up to the ceiling and hands back to prayer. Breathing in all the way up to the ceiling, breathing out, come down one more time. Breathing in, big step back, the left leg this time. Retain the breath, come into plank. Breathing out, come all the way down to the ground. And breathing out, come up to cobra. Breathing in, back to downward facing dog. And breathing out, step through to your deep lunge with your left leg. And take the chest close to the thighs again. Breathing in, reach up to the ceiling. And that's when we're a little bit warmer, we do the sun salutation routine a little bit quicker. So now we're coming to lay down. This will be either at the end of the class, sometimes we do it after sun salutations. I'm just bending my knees there, so if you've got lower back problems, keep the knees bent, let the knees fall into each other. And if your back's feeling fine, then just relax the legs out across the mat. Have the arms out by the sides, palms facing up. And rest the body. Start to tune in here to your breathing pattern. Can you make the belly gently rise and fall?
I hope you've enjoyed that, and I hope it's given you a taster for the type of class that I teach. If you've got any questions, then just reply to the email and fire away. I'll be happy to answer those, and I really hope that you will come along and join me in perhaps your first yoga class or adding another yoga class to your week. You'll definitely feel the benefits in your body and your mind, and it's just that hour to allow you to switch off from the constant noise that is always happening in your mind. And like I said, at the beginning of the class we do some breathing exercises to help connect the body and mind, and at the end we always end with that shavasana, which is the lying down, which is known as the corpus pose. And that's to let the lessons that you've learned in that yoga class really integrate into your body, and to let the whole body and the nervous system relax. And I often go through a little bit of meditation there as well. On my Monday class in Maidstone, I actually add in an extra 15 minutes meditation at the end of the class as well, because a lot of people find that guided meditation is a much easier way into meditation than just trying to sit there in silence by yourself. So, namaste to you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the class soon.